My name is Aska. I'm a social and political science student at Airlangga University. In this opportunity, I will introduce you SDGs for quality education through community service program or the 64th KKN-BBM of Airlangga University. Sustainable development is development that aims to improve the quality of life of people around the world, both from present and future generations, without exploiting the use of natural resources that exceed the capacity and carrying capacity of the earth. This goal can be achieved through 4 elements of sustainable development goals. First, economic growth and equity. Second, social development. Third, conservation of natural resources. And fourth, good governance. These 4 elements support each other, creating related and sustainable development goals. In the United Nations Conference held in Rio de Janeiro in June 2012, a Sustainable Development Agenda called the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs was discussed. The SDGs are a set of goals, targets, and indicators for sustainable development that are universal. The SDGs are a continuation and expansion of the Millennium Development Goals or MDGs that have been carried out by countries from 2001 to the end of 2015. The SDGs have 17 goals, and one of them is quality education. This goal seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education while also supporting lifelong learning opportunities for all. Indonesia also has several targets in SDGs quality education for 2030. As stated on SDG2030Indonesia.org, the 2030 targets are to: first, ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equal, and quality primary and secondary education, which leads to learning outcomes relevant and effective. Second, furthermore, they have access to quality early childhood development as well as care and pre-primary education so that they are ready to enter primary education. Third, ensure equal access to all women and men to quality and affordable tertiary, technical, and vocational education, including universities. Fourth, substantially increase the number of youth and adults who have the relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills, to find decent work and entrepreneurship. Fifth, eliminates gender disparities in education and ensures equal access to all levels of education and vocational training for the vulnerable, including those with disabilities, indigenous peoples, and children in vulnerable situations. 6. Ensuring that all youth and some adults, both male and female, achieve literacy and numeracy skills. 7. Ensuring that those who study acquire the knowledge and skills needed to support sustainable development, including through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, sustainability, human rights, gender equality, promoting a culture of peace and non-violence, global citizenships, and appreciation of cultural diversity, and the contribution of culture to sustainable development. The 64th KKN-BBM of Airlangga University refers to the SDGs that have been agreed upon internationally. According to the fourth goal, one of the work's area in KKN is education. KKN activities in Desa Candirejo, Kecamatan Ponggok, Kabupaten Blitar, East Java are socialization and introduction to the importance of education for the community. The long-term goal is to facilitate public acceptance of follow-up activities or programs that seek to achieve quality education. KKN activities in the field of education are introducing children to basics English and providing tips for inculcating reading habits from an early age. The habit of reading is the first step to achieve the fourth goal in the SDGs, namely quality education. Everyone who wants to get an education and increase their knowledge must be able and accustomed to reading. Lots of information, tutorials, teaching, and procedures that require thoroughness and perseverance in reading. Many people are already tutorial, but there are still many who do not have an interest in reading books. The most common reason that makes someone lazy to read a book is boring. Therefore, one of the KKN activities to give some tips to parents in instilling the habit of reading books. Parents are protective figures, role models, and closest people to children, so that parents can instill reading habits. In this activity, we distribute a video explanation of tips on instilling reading habits in the Chandirejo village community. Several people also participate in expressing opinions about the importance of reading for children. On the day of the activity, the video received 90 views with 41 likes. Many responses said that reading should be needed. The video provides education to be a good educator and parents. There are also responses that say it is important to get children used to reading books, especially at home and at school, including reading storybooks. Parents also feel that the younger generation should have this habit for their own success. Other responses said that it is important to instill reading early on, requiring environmental support as well as other facilities. There are residents who say that a literate culture at home will encourage the formation of a literate nation. The progress of a nation is largely determined by the awareness of the next generation to master science and technology. One of them is reading habit. In addition, there are also those who say that teaching by heart, starting from the baby stage. The second activity is the introduction of English to children. This activity is a way to realize the first goal. Besides that, they can get to know foreign language, which are currently international language. The existence of this activity can also help children to hone their memory about vocabularies by answering practice questions. Submission of basic English material and practice questions was given to 10 Chandirejo village children who take tutor at Rumah Belajar. The video material has been watched by children and they also answered the practice questions well. There were 4 short questions about sharpening vocabulary memory and almost all of the children answered correctly. There was 1 children who answered 1 question incorrectly. This means that the children in the tutoring center have understood introductions, greetings, and a lot of English vocabularies. Their basic knowledge is good enough that they can be developed to the next stage, such as increasing the mastery of more complex vocabulary and grammar. In this activity, there are several children who practice introducing their name. They already have the will to send voice recordings while speaking in English.
Hello, my name is An. Hello, my name is Reza. My name is Zizi.
That was all for this video. See you in the next opportunity.